Hi, I'm Rachel Miller. As a mother, wife, and 42-year-old woman, I never anticipated being taken aback in my own home, particularly by my stepson. I will never forget the way he moved that day. Life has a way of working out in its own mysterious manner. We tied the knot 8 years ago with David Miller. He was a single parent responsible for Ethan's upbringing when he was 9 years old. It wasn't simple for me to get in with my new family. Ethan was careful not to approach me too closely, yet he was kind anyway. Thank you. At no point did I attempt to impose a maternal relationship on him. I merely wished to remain present, unwavering and unchanging. As time went by, everything became easier. Morning breakfasts, school drop-offs, and holidays that became traditions became the peaceful rhythm of our home. Even yet, Ethan insisted on referring to me as Rachel and never Mom. Moreover, I made no further requests. Strong, responsible, and an excellent provider, David was a wonderful man. However, he put in a fantastic deal of time at work. He frequently traveled for work as the head of a logistics company. Because of that, I found myself staying home with Ethan quite a bit. At home, I was responsible for paying bills, cooking, grocery shopping, and, on occasion, assisting Ethan with his homework if he requested. Over the years, Ethan developed from an introverted child into an articulate and perceptive young man. There was still some space between us, and I made no effort to fill it. After that, Ethan's final summer in high school arrived. David was on his way back from a 2-week business meeting in Seattle. At home, it was merely Ethan and I. Just some pizza, a movie, and maybe some gardening, that's what I had in mind. Ethan starting a conversation beyond the standard hi or thanks for dinner was something I wasn't anticipating. That week, though, everything changed. It all started with little things. He became more willing to provide me a hand. Without saying a word, he silently stepped in and grabbed the hefty basket of laundry that I was carrying downstairs one evening. The dishes were already washed when I woke up from my late afternoon slumber on another occasion. Upon waking up, Dad would brew coffee and bring it to the balcony, where I enjoyed reading. Aside from smiling and sitting down next to me with his own cup, he didn't say a word. I didn't let myself be blown away by the wonderful surprise. Sometimes teenagers are simply in a good mood. At week's end, nevertheless, the most unexpected development occurred. On a Friday night it happened. The most of the day was devoted to a thorough cleaning of the living room and the organization of long-stowed boxes from the garage. I was so tired when I finally gave in and fell onto the couch. My feet hurt, my clothing were dirty, and my hair was a disaster. When Ethan entered the room carrying a canvas bag, I considered placing an order for takeout. Something came to him, he announced. Startled, I glanced above. As for me, all he did was nod. I see that you've been rather busy. You were deserving of something lovely, I felt. From within the bag, he removed a little container, which he then presented to me. The set included my favorite hand cream scents, lavender and rosemary. I completely lost track of when I told him about that. Feeling moved by the gesture, I cautiously opened the box. My jaw stiffened as I forced a smile. Thank you, Ethan, I whispered. I could sense that he was observing my response as he shrugged. My dad and I are always indebted to you. Thank you, I suppose that is all I wanted to say. You matter to me, Rachel, even though I'm not always demonstrative. I fell into a profound stillness. At that same moment, I couldn't put into words how much their words meant. I extended my hand and delicately patted his arm. To me, that is very meaningful. Kid you not. He got to his feet and grinned slightly awkwardly. I'll place an order for Chinese cuisine. Which one is your favorite? Chicken with orange juice. He walked out of the room as soon as I gave him the go-ahead, and I clung to that little package as if it were worth a fortune. It was unexpected of Ethan to show such gratitude. His guard had always been up, and it wasn't because he was impolite. He was never impolite. We had supper together, watched a comedy special, and conversed for hours that night. Whenever I was around him, I felt the most at ease. We had progressed beyond the stage of civilized roommates. At last we were in harmony like a family. My kitchen was spotless when I awoke the following day. Just like I used to do when he was little. He had prepared breakfast, eggs, toast, and even chopped fruit. He slipped a message under my plate. Praying it meets with your approval. Much obliged for your presence. David returned home 3 days subsequently. He was profoundly affected by what I shared with him. According to David, he's maturing and can see right through you. Means the world to me. My relationship with Ethan took a turn for the better after that week. We spent more time together, going for walks on Sundays, going to the bookshop, and having intimate talks about our hopes, dreams, and college experiences. I assisted him with his moving when he enrolled at an out-of-state university. On his final day at home, he embraced me more tightly and for a longer duration than previously. His voice barely above a whisper. He told her she was more than just a stepmother. You've been an incredible support system for me. You have my gratitude. Nodding, I repressed sobs. To me you are like family, Ethan. Without fail. Sitting here thinking back on that unanticipated act, the instant my stepson extended his hand in a way I hadn't expected, made me understand that some relationships require patience, calm constancy, and time. A pyrotechnic welcome isn't necessary for love to arrive. Opening the door to something more meaningful can often be as easy as a bottle of hand cream, a steaming mug of coffee, or a handwritten message. From college, Ethan continues to text me. Thought you'd love this one. He wrote beside a photo of a newly purchased book he gave last week. I grinned. Only through investing time, energy, and true kindness have we been able to forge this bond. An unforeseen gesture started it all. Someone who showed me that there are other definitions of family besides genetic ties. On occasion, it's the little things that happen out of nowhere that show you how much people care.